Hey Mustangs, welcome to the very first McCracken County newscast. I'm Trevor Massa.
And I'm Sophie Grogan. Our goal is to inform you and our community of how our students are working hard and being nice inside and outside the classroom.
Today, students being nice to students across the world and our athletes working hard on the court. But first, let's go to Brecken Hayden and Miles Guy to hear from two students voted to your basketball homecoming king and queen.
Ethan Schaff and Sophie Grogan were voted on by the students in McCracken County High School for homecoming king and queen. She says it feels great to be queen and didn't expect to win.
I was not expecting to win. It was a big surprise to me.
We also spoke to Ethan Schaff about how it feels to be king of McCracken.
Well, it feels real nice. I want to thank my mom. She raised me, and shout out to Blake Sanders, who's also raised me as my dad. And it just feels real good to represent them and the entire school of McCracken.
Like Sophie, Ethan says he was also not expecting the big win.
I wasn't really expecting it. We had some awesome candidates, but appreciate winning. But I'm a competitive person. I like to win.
This is Brecken Hayden reporting for Mustang TV.
Seniors, the yearbook staff is now accepting your senior quotes. Your quote must be 150 characters or less, and make sure to keep them appropriate or they will not be printed. Ask your teachers for the link to submit your quote, but be quick. The deadline is February 9th.
Poetry Out Loud is a countrywide competition that starts right here at MCHS and goes all the way to nationals in Washington, D.C. The competition is well underway.
Casper Douglas and Bailey Nelson have more on the competition.
McKay. Someday when trees have shed their leaves and against the morning's white, the shivering birds beneath the eaves have sheltered for the night.
Poetry Out Loud is a poetic competition in which students have the opportunity to choose and memorize a poem from the Poetry Out Loud website. It is a national competition which allows students to ultimately compete on the national level for scholarship money.
It's hard to explain exactly what it means to me, but I guess it means what you want it to mean, because there's so many different poems, so there's a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people, so mine just depends on what the poem is itself.
Poetry Out Loud is so important. It gives our students an opportunity to not only study and analyze poetry and to look at different poets, but it gives them an opportunity to think about how to stand in front of an audience and recite a poem. And so many times in life, you need that skill. You need to be confident enough to be able to stand in front of your peers or in front of an audience and be able to speak.
Be confident, make it your own. Forget about, who's out there and just focus on you and put yourself in the writer's perspective, not just your own, but like, okay, it means this to me, but it also meant that to, the actual writer. So put that into account too, and
Just get out there, just wild out. Just pick a poem that you like and go for it. Practicing a lot, that's really helpful, but just choose anything and make it your own.
The MCHS competition took place last night in the auditorium. We want to congratulate the winner who will represent you at the state competition.
From working hard to being nice, that's the motto here in McCracken County. And one group is taking that motto from Paducah to Central America.
Mustangs TV Cheyenne Houck will travel with a group of about 20 students and teachers later this month. She spoke with two students also excited for the big trip.
Last year's trip was an extremely life-changing event. We were in El Salvador for 6 days, I believe. There were 32 of us that went, including chaperones. Throughout the week, we built a couple of houses in El Salvador and in a village called Ahuachapán. And this year we're going to a different village, so it's going to be a totally different experience. We fed the homeless for 4 nights, and that's extremely life-altering experience, in my opinion. Just it's crazy to see all the different stuff that goes on in places that you're not around.
Okay. On this year's trip, I'm really excited to go on. I've never been out of the country, and I'm really excited to help people and go down there and change their lives while they change our lives at the same time.
You can still help our Mustangs on a mission. Contact Mrs. Atnett, Mrs. Thomas, or anyone going on the trip to see which items they still need to be donated.
Another chance to travel. If you're interested in traveling to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, Miss Lang will be taking a trip in 2020. Stay tuned for more information in the upcoming months. See Miss Lang in room 1109.
In other news, a new multiplayer game is taking the gaming community by storm. It's called Fortnite.
Mustang TV's Davian Ware takes us deep inside the world.
Fortnite, a new game developed by Epic Games is just an add-on to their previous release of Fortnite, a base-building zombie defense with co-op. In the Battle Royale version, we find 100 players are drawn to a map and fight to be number one. This game, however, is different from other games in the genre as it implements building to help you win. Players will be dropped into the map, and from there they have a choice to either loot for weapons or scavenge for resources. The game is heavily luck-based, and since the game is free, you can get it on any platform of your choice today. From Mustang TV with Davey and Ware.
This is Ian Pitt with Mustang TV Sports. We have dominated the scene of sports as we striked and twirled our way into 2 major region wins from the Mustang dance team. Mustang Swim got first place for both the girls and boys team at the McCracken County Invitational this past Monday, definitely drowning out all the competition. As for the Lady Mustangs and Mustangs basketball teams, a massive congratulations to our very own Sarah Adams and Nathan Stonecipher for achieving 500 rebounds this past week. Truly a milestone in what's been 2 amazing seasons and a giant leap not only for Sarah and Nathan, but for our program as a whole.
I think it's been a great season so far, a great learning experience for the guys. A lot of new players have to step up into key roles, and they've really done a great job with that.
Nathan says that the homecoming win over Grays was a defining moment in the season.
I thought it was a great win for the team because Grays is a really experienced squad that have been around and won a regional championship last year. So for us to beat them with a lot of returning starters was really a big win for the team.
While Nathan says the win over Grays was a big win for the Mustangs basketball, sadly the Lady Mustangs fell short. However, Mary Beavers believes that we can bounce back harder next time.
Well, we plan to practice harder and just push each other and try to do our best in practice.
Mark your calendars as the next home basketball games are Tuesday, February 6th in the Strawberry Hills Arena. The men and women play St. Mary.
That's all for today's newscast. If you want to see this video again, make sure to check out our YouTube channel.
Just search MCHS Media Classes to find it, and as always, work hard and be nice.